Well, good afternoon. Welcome to the next installment of National American University's Alumni Webinar Series. Today we'll be talking with Becky Drury about the importance of public speaking skills and in particular the role that Toastmasters International can play. Becky serves as Toastmasters International Pathways Ambassador for Western South Dakota and is a member of Skyline Toastmasters and founded the Prairie Whisperers Toastmasters in Wall. In 2017, earlier this year, Becky was elected to the Rapid City City Council. She holds a master's degree in administration, a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice and Sociology, and she earned her associate's degree in accounting here at NAU. She's retired from a local telecommunications company after 21 years, where she worked in accounting, marketing, and communications, and customer service. Becky, thank you so much for being here.
Hello. So, my name is Becky Drury, and I love Rapid City. That is one of the things I said each time I presented while I was running for City Council in Rapid City. Thank you for that nice introduction, Tammy. When we graduate from high school or college, we really never know what life is going to throw at us. Dennis P. Kimball said, life is 100% what happens to us and 90% of how we react. Today, I'm going to help you go through some tools that Toastmasters International provided me in how I react to life. We can go through things like how we present our prepared speeches. It creates leaderships, impromptu speaking skills, and offering constructive evaluations. Toastmasters International, I know. What is it? Are we masters of making toast? Or do we sit around clinking glasses to each other all day long? Actually, I like the second one better, but what we really do is provide you opportunities to ways to present speaking skills. You know, when you begin with Toastmasters, you start out just talking about yourself, who you are, and then we build skill set upon skill set upon skill set. You learn how to inflect vocal variety into your speeches, or maybe how to use visual aids. And then once you accomplish learning those tool sets, you begin climbing up the path and learning how to present persuasive speaking, how to motivate people, leading small groups in maybe difficult situations, to name just a few. When I was running for City Council, I attended 5 forums, and my delivery during those forums was smoother and funnier than my opponents because I had the skill sets that Toastmasters provided. We also work on creating leaders at Toastmasters. You learn to plan and conduct meetings. Those leadership opportunities are available at the club, at the district, at the regional, and even at the international level. During each Toastmaster meeting, you can either serve as the Toastmaster of the meeting, which is responsible for the speaking portion, or the evaluator of the meeting, which is responsible for the evaluating portion. In those job sets, you provide people, assign people to do their different portions of the meeting. You make sure they are trained on how to do those skills, and then you make sure that the meeting is run in a timely manner. I'm sure we've all sat through meetings that pretty soon we're off on a rabbit track somewhere, and you're wondering, what are we doing? This isn't even why this meeting was called. And you have to be able to learn that skill set to go out and bring the rabbit back into the room and to provide ways for all of us to effectively run meetings. One definition of leadership is the art of persuading others to do what you wish to be done. And Toastmasters provides a safe place for you to communicate and work with others at a team level. And then you can take that skill set that you've learned and apply it to real life situations. Leadership is whatever goals you wish to achieve in life, they can be recognized quicker and easier by improving your ability to lead. Besides speaking and leading, we have impromptu speaking, which is, when I was running for city council, I was knocking on doors and knocking on doors, and you never knew what people were going to say when they opened up that door to speak to you, which was okay, but you've got to have an answer. It was the ultimate in challenging my impromptu speaking. And an impromptu speech is nothing more than a real speech, but narrowed down into a 1 to 2 minute time frame. You still have a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's invaluable for being asked to speak on TV, job interviews, and sales, if that's what your job is. And then we also help with evaluations at Toastmasters. We've all heard people and the ahs and the ums and the on, and then you finally lose interest. I was at a nursing school graduation a couple years ago, and after counting 112 ahs and ums from the presenter, I completely lost track of what he was saying. But actually, he did have a good speech, but it was ruined because of the ahs and the ums. So just because someone will or isn't afraid to speak doesn't mean that they have the skill set to be a great speaker. At Toastmasters, every speech is evaluated. And I'm going to give you just a quick example. So let's say the speaker had visual aids. You could say things like, you handled your visual aids so well. You brought each one forward at the exact moment you were talking about it. And the audience could really relate to your speech because of your visual aids. But we want to say the good and we want to say what can be improved. So you could also say, maybe next time, don't have the visual aids sitting behind you, because when you turn with your back to the audience, you lose your connection that you've just made with them. Next time, I would suggest you have your visual aids sitting in front of you so you don't lose that eye contact. That is an example of how we evaluate in Toastmasters. We point out strengths and we point out weaknesses. And why we do that is because we are there to improve. Toastmasters has many valuable things. Why not join? It costs about $51 a month for my club. We pay international dues through that and club dues. Now, I would challenge you. You could go out and buy 2 self-help books, and it would cost you approximately $50. I would challenge you that you would gain more from joining Toastmasters than buying most self-help books. It's a self-paced program. If you want to give a speech every month, give a speech every month. If you want to give a speech every 3 months, that's the way you can do it too. If you want to practice your leadership skills, you can get up and lead a meeting every month. Or if you want to sit back a little bit, you could do it every 3 months. It's totally up to you. Weekly meetings are such a great way. I have bonded and made lifelong friends with people at Toastmasters, and they're people of all ages. So it's opened up my network of people beyond whatever I could have wished for. The impromptu speaking or the table topics, those are your networking skills. If you want to get out and network with people, this is the safe place to practice. Again, practicing leadership, speaking, table topics, it's all a safe place. And you have the opportunity to be an officer. My story at Toastmasters is this. I joined in 2010 to improve my public speaking skills. But I've done far more than that. I feel like it's given me the confidence to do presentations. I feel now that I'm a worthy speaker. And I've gleaned so much from Toastmasters that I used not only in the workplace, but I used it as I was running for city council. And now I use it on the council. I would challenge each of you to find a Toastmaster club in your area. As I said before, it's an international group. So there are clubs everywhere in the United States. I love Rapid City, but I also love Toastmasters because it has given me the tools to be successful in how I react to what life has given me. Do you have any questions for me, Tammy?
That was terrific, Becky. Thank you so much. Now I'm gonna, as you were saying that, I could hear all the ums I did during my introduction, so I'll really try hard not to do that. What I really appreciated about your presentation, I mean, people, I think we think of public speaking as talking to big crowds of people, a room full of people, which is very intimidating, but you pointed out that we are presented with impromptu speaking every day in our jobs, in job interviews, even in the grocery store if you run into somebody that you hadn't seen in a while. So there's really a lot of opportunity to draw upon impromptu speaking skills to advance in your career. So I appreciated that you touched on that. What was interesting to me, though, too, was the evaluation process. Not everybody takes constructive criticism well. So I could see that Toastmasters offers, as you said, a safe place to better absorb constructive criticism and grow from it. Has that been your experience?
It really has, because most of the time in our club anyway, the more seasoned Toastmasters will be the ones that do a lot of the evaluating. So they've gone through the process. They know the keys and the tools, and they've gone through the program enough that they can offer you things that will make you more successful. And I think that's most of the reason that people join Toastmasters is because they want to be successful for whatever reason, because they want a job promotion, because they want to start their own company, or maybe they even want to be a professional speaker at some point in time. But unless you can receive some feedback, you never know what you yourself are missing, and others will see it.
Right, right. Yeah, I love that about Toastmasters, the networking and the growth opportunities. I don't have any further questions. I'm really grateful that you not only shared background about Toastmasters, because I think we all have a sense in our mind what Toastmasters is, but there's so much more to it, as you shared, but also helped us think about public speaking so much more broadly and how it really impacts so many aspects of our life. So thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it very much.
You're welcome. And if anyone has any questions, please email me, go through you if they want to contact and find out more information. I would be glad, as you can probably tell, to hear more about it, because it's something that I am passionate about.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Becky. I appreciate it. Have a good day.
You too.